Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Origins here on the Batman channel. Don't worry, Batman content's coming. Actually been working on a Batman video for about 3 days now, called The Music of Batman Movies. But anyway, we're gonna do some quests in Alexandria, and we're still wearing the Sekhmet costume, which I think that's how you say it. Nope, my name is not Ethan. It is Bayek.
It's Ethan Hunt.
You know, I think I would like to call him Bay. No, probably Bay is not a good... Bayek. Bayek.
It's like between I and A. It's like Bayek or something. You just sound like you're going between two vowels. So
Ezio was a cooler name.
Yeah, because I could...
What? Who wrote what?
Well, I mean...
Wait, somebody just announced that they wrote a comment? I wrote this! Okay, I know who you are, and I'm gonna find you.
I have to say that being a music person, I'm kind of swayed by saying Italian is the most beautiful language in the world, so yeah, Ezio would be a better name because of that.
Yep, Ezio's a cool name. Ooh, we found it. I don't know where we are. So when we find anything, we get a little bit of points, but I've actually explored to the full extent of the map on the other save file while I was editing Super Mario Odyssey videos. It took me 7 hours to get everything all out of shadow. 7 hours. And the enemies that you fight are just one hit, one kill. There were guys who had level 60 and above.
Oh, you mean so there's a fog of war where you can't see where things are?
Yeah, it's basically a fog of war, yep. Alright, so how do we get inside this library thing? Nobody's, really gonna attack me here. It's like, hey, I'm just, trying to break into the library because I have to return an overdue book. That's it. Yep. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, actually it was weird. I was on YouTube, I actually saw a weird video about that there's a couple other people besides Julius Caesar that could have possibly burned.
All writings are to be copied by the great library.
How will I find Aya among all these endless scrolls?
I guess the works of
Never
Archimedes,
mind.
Plato, Sappho, and Aristotle won't have your
So many people talking at once.
them company. Those are all in there? They are. I guess you can copy this then. Too late. Don't want it. Go ahead. Take it.
I find that Thanos talks too much.
He has some interesting ideas. Very radical. It's almost alarming.
You're right about that. But can't he express them concisely?
Maybe he can? I don't know. I thought people are supposed to be quiet in a library. These ancient Alexandrians. They're terrible manners. Oh.
Yeah, so they were saying that there's different there's different people that thought.
All right. Serapis. Now what? Where is Aya?
Never mind.
Ah, Serapis. I wrote a tragic comic pastoral epic centered on him.
Ah.
You're Bayek, yes? Aya is eager to see you.
She said.
Hello.
Quickly, follow me.
Nothing to see here. That's cool that he's always like, hey, oh yeah, I know. And then he whispered to you something else that was cool.
I am sorry, my good fellow. You appear to be drunk. This library is for serious scholars only. She is in hiding.
Who are you?
Ah, interested in Homeric verse, eh? This way, please. I am Aya's cousin, Phanos.
Ah, yes, Thanos. Nice to meet you in person. Tell me what is happening with Aya. Why are you being so discreet?
Gennadios sent his men on a house-to-house search. Often they drag people into the street and torture them for information.
Ooh.
Typical of this system we
Ugh.
live under.
Gennadios.
Down with the
A
establishment.
monster. The Philokitai of Alexandria. He is
Yeah.
ravaging the city to find her.
And where is she now?
I have a very powerful friend, Apollodorus. No doubt you have heard of him.
I have not.
You will. In any case, he made a hiding place available to Aya after she ran into trouble.
But what happened? You do not answer me.
It is a mess of political intrigue. She will explain all, fear not.
Like I just ran ahead of him. He's like, I don't want anyone knowing that you're with me.
Look! There's Vanos! He thinks he's a poet!
Right now he thinks he's the Flash.
Wait, why are you following him?
This is as far as I go. The way to Aya is found in the monument ahead.
I'm gonna mug him. That's why
Okay.
I'm following. Hey, are we
That was
done? Are we
weird.
done?
So you could bring weapons into a library? Well, anyway, what I was saying is there's a few other people besides Julius Caesar that some people think might have burnt down the library, but I think it's Julius Caesar.
Probably, because isn't there somewhere that Julius Caesar was like, in his autobiography, they didn't want that to be.
Yeah,
in there?
like he said he started a fire in Alexandria, but he didn't mention that it might have burnt.
Oops.
They did. There is something in history that says that he burnt. That a lot of the library was destroyed, but it didn't say that the whole thing was destroyed. So,
Well, I mean, the things about library and paper is if there's a fire, oops,
yeah,
there goes the papers.
yeah, paper or papyrus or whatever. But yeah, like I actually was looking at something else about the Library of Alexandria, and they were saying that you know how they were copying that guy's artifacts and stuff. Like some great works from Greece and stuff like that. They demanded like the works to be copied in the Library of Alexandria, and the people basically were like, "Well, we don't know if you'll give the originals back." And they're like, "Oh, we'll give the originals back," but they didn't. It said that they actually kept the originals in Alexandria, and they gave people copies back.
All right.
Sneaky.
It is his woman.
I missed you.
I can see that.
Never again should we spend months apart. We only have each other. Without him, what?
Let us be together. Us two. Each to each.
Fade to black. Fade to black.
I have news.
Oh, never mind. I have news. I have a scratch on my arm.
You are scarred by justice.
Yes, not by my knife.
And my muscles are
Bloody
bigger.
Bedouin with this.
I hate that we have to do these things. But I am grateful that you did.
If I am honest, I took pleasure in it.
He was angry.
I've missed your touch.
I have missed touching you.
What is she doing?
It's
I killed as well.
it's her weird way of
Actaeon.
being.
I hunted
Instead of
him
kissing
down and
him, she
discovered
hits him with a
mask in his
knife.
room.
He says, "I have missed
When
your
he
touch
returned,
with a
I
knife."
forced him to wear it. Then I thrust this knife through his eye slits.
Oh,
Ah, romance.
Aya.
But I was careless. Another of the masked ones tracked me to my home. It was even more difficult.
We have one more. Then, we will be done.
Wow, apparently that's romance for them. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Talk about murder.
yep.
Look at this. I took it from Actaeon. Apollodorus tells me it is a papyrus from the Royal Council, which means the snake is in Ptolemy's court.
How does this Apollodorus know these things?
He has informants everywhere, because of his work with Cleopatra.
But Cleopatra? She's been declared a criminal.
By her treacherous brother, yes. She plans to take back the throne. She wants the snake dead as much as we do. And she trusts me. She gave me this to slit his throat. It's an ancient blade that killed the tyrant Xerxes. A weapon of justice.
Xerxes is pretty famous.
Ingenious.
Whoa.
Ah.
But don't get your
I
thumb
will
in
go
the
to the
way.
palace and discover who uses the seal of the snake. And I will use this.
The Blade of the Assassin. Also,
Yeah.
they just said that
You'll
Xerxes...
find plenty of information in the
Yeah.
Royal Scribe's office.
I'll get to
He
it.
spends his time at the bathhouse. Go search the palace while he's away.
And you?
I cannot leave here as long as Gennadios walks the streets. He is
What's this?
Whoops.
That leads to the docks.
Determined
I
to kill
can't
me.
believe Thanos had you go through the pit.
That's what text is for.
I cannot leave here as long as Gennadios walks the streets. He is determined to kill me.
In addition to the snake, I will see what I can learn of this Gennadios and silence him.
Discover who the snake is and show him the face of death. I'll meet you at the Paneum when you have killed both the snake and Gennadios.
My heart aches until I see you again.
As does mine, my love.
She just walked right through him like he's not even there. Alright, so Xerxes is supposed to be the first assassination of the first ever assassin, which there's been no game about it. The first mention of it was in Assassin's Creed 2 in the Sanctuary, the Hall of the, Remembrance for the Assassins. Think of it like the Hall of Heroes in Disney Infinity, except for assassins. It's pretty much all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So Xerxes was killed by, I believe, a dude in Babylon using the hidden blade.
Oh, okay.
And that has become a weapon
Who's
for
the snake?
the assassins.
I have yet to discover that.
The clue must be there in the palace. Search for the seal found upon the letter.
Right now I'm
It's too
searching.
dangerous to leave this den as long as Gennadios and his men are searching for me.
Ah!
Is it okay to say she kind of freaks me out?
I also realized that she does not like her man with a beard because she took the knife that she used to kill someone with to shave him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no matter how close Amber and I are, I've never let her shave my face. Ever. I don't think.
Yeah, no, you have.
I will let her use scissors on my hair, but I've never let her use a razor on my face, because that is a whole nother trust thing.
Yeah, I actually thought she might have killed him or something right there. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Especially because she's killed people before.
Well, I mean, she's
freaking
trying
me
to be
out.
careful because she actually likes him, but I mean, you have to be very skilled to use essentially like
Yeah.
a Crocodile Dundee knife to,
Oh my
I'm sorry, I can't
gosh.
say Crocodile Dundee without trying to do a terrible Australian
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah,
Nope,
I
it
mean,
turned into British.
She said she stuck it between the guy's eyes. That's so freaky.
Yeah, that wouldn't really work because, I mean, it would turn him into Cyclops. Like Scott
Ugh.
Summers Cyclops, like the slit. So to be where the face was.
Yeah,
Sorry, Images. Hey, this is not a kid's channel, so it's fine. It's like,
I'm the one who brought it up.
remember, people, this series is rated M for mild. And for parents, that means mature, so.
Mild, spicy salsa.
Although we've turned off a lot of the blood, so, I mean, you can thank us for that, because we're not big gore people, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that was weird was I don't think she said she likes Cleopatra, like she totally trusts her. But I don't think that any of the rulers are trustworthy. It's hard for me to believe that any of them are good.
Well, remember, back to our earlier discussion, they've said in the previous Assassin's Creed games, like Assassin's Creed 1, Amunet, the first recorded assassin in Egypt, except she's not, because the guy who killed Xerxes was way before her.
Yeah.
She killed Cleopatra.
So that was her? Was that Amunet?
No, that's his wife. Why would she be Amunet?
Okay, I'm confused. I didn't know.
I mean,
Alright.
that would be a pretty interesting decision to make her. She's not a chambermaid of Cleopatra. She's not a servant. She's her own independent Egyptian woman who's also an assassin.
Yeah, she definitely looked like she had like Egyptian like makeup on or whatever.
Maybe she trained somebody to take down Cleopatra. I don't know, but
But like he even said, like, well, of course, Cleopatra would say Ptolemy was bad. He's like, she's not on his side or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, I trust her. So it was like,
well, she was trying to have a war with her brother at one point. Remember?
yeah.
In history.
In fact, I think she might have killed two of her well, actually, I heard that I think she might have actually killed some of her sisters too. Cleopatra killed some of her family, definitely. I'm gonna have to look it up. She basically just wanted power.
Yep, she wanted power. And she didn't want the fact that she was born a woman to stop her, so she became the new ISIS, and she fooled a lot of people.
Yeah, you were telling me that she hung out in Alexandria getting as much knowledge as possible.
Well, I mean, that would be... Alexandria is where the internet was, if you think about it. It had all the world's knowledge. Where would you go to gain power and become smarter than the smarties and tougher than the toughies.
By playing League of Legends on the internet?
League of Legends?
I don't know. No, I'm
You know,
just
we've never
kidding.
really gotten into that, but there is a game like that coming to the Nintendo Switch. Battle Chasers or something. This December.
Yeah.
But Amber and I are in a pretty good mood. We just finished Mario Odyssey, so that means we can devote some more time to Assassin's Creed Origins,
Yeah.
which we're pretty thrilled about.
Weirdly enough, there were sphinxes all over that game.
Yeah! Except it didn't really talk to us. Hey, Sphinx!
Yeah, I just saw one there with the... Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna take this camel indoors because it looks like the camel has a cold. Oh, come on! There's
Oh,
room!
it doesn't let you...
Ubisoft, patch this. I want to take a camel inside a house. Just because. I mean, there's so much you can do in open world games. I want to take a camel.
That would be
and
awesome.
Ride it
and
inside
then have
of
the
house.
people have weird dialogue. Like, hey, what is that camel doing in here?
So just to confirm that I'm telling the truth, Amber, how many days have I been working on my one Batman video now?
At least 3 or more? I can't
Is it really
remember.
3 now?
Well, I mean, you were sick one of the days, or 2 of them.
Well, the day that I did the voiceover first, and because the voiceover was so long, I did get temporary laryngitis. I couldn't talk for a day.
Yeah.
And then the first day was writing. The second, well, the first day the first day was the writing, and I did the voiceover until very early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I edited down the audio because I took an hour and a half for the script, and then I erased parts from the audio that I didn't need. That took about several hours. And then I started to go on the internet and try to find clips.
But even before you wrote the script, you had to get ideas and stuff like that. That took like...
Oh, the research. You're right. I did all that research first. I read probably about 15 interviews for the between Danny Elfman and Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard.
Yeah, and then it was...
May they all rot.
What's her problem? Husband not eating or cooking? Find out, I guess.
Who are you? One of Eudoros Philakis?
I'm Batman.
He's brought nothing
With a
but
snake.
sorrow to my husband Aristo. The great poet philosopher, jailed. Jailed for writing beautiful things.
Words are a powerful weapon.
My love spent years writing his masterwork. Years. Then Eudoros plagiarized it and passed my husband's genius off as his own.
And Aristo took him to court.
Months of arguments. In the end, my husband is beaten, ridiculed, and tossed in a cage.
Is this what passes for justice in Alexandria?
Oh, my dear man. If you right this wrong, my husband and I can flee this city and be done with this ordeal.
Wow.
Oh, he's gonna...
I
Hope
know
that-
a boat that will take him on the southern docks. I will wait for you. Please. Just bring me back my Aristo.
I can do that. I was going to say how simple it was back then. Whoops. You could commit a horrible crime, break somebody out of jail, and it would be very hard for them to come and get you after you
Yeah.
fleed. I mean, nowadays, you can't really hide very long. With
You
all
just
the...
go to like the next town or whatever. I
'Cause
mean,
it would
well,
take a
you
long
can
time to
hide. The
travel.
only way you can hide today is you go to a country that doesn't have what do you call that rule, where they give you up. Like, I think the United States gives people up, but if you go to somewhere like Ecuador, they won't.
There's a couple places where they do, but anyway, getting back to the Batman video. Besides all that other research stuff and the voiceover, I then went and watched, I marathoned Batman and Batman Returns, recorded all that footage, because the stuff that I recorded for Batman Month back in 2008, the DVD footage did not look well with the Man of Steel, or sorry, Batman vs. Superman and the Nolan things, because we recorded those using Blu-ray stuff.
Yeah.
So then I just recorded the, for future reference, I figured, if I ever do a top 10 video or whatever I use that footage for, I would have Blu-ray quality stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
I figured may as well, what the heck.
Well, I did remember last night, or the night before, or both nights, you were recording, you had to record certain things. I think that's what you're just talking about. Because you couldn't really find the clips easily anywhere
Well, people
else.
would put stupid watermarks all over their clips, like big names. And these were people that only had like a few thousand views of video.
So you can't really get them anywhere else, so you'd have to just... So Luke had to literally watch the entire movie to get the clips. Which, you know, I guess is normal for people, but it is kind of nice, you know, to just... If you have the clips, then you can have it up there for other people to use if they want, because then you don't have to surf through the whole movie, but... Whatever. But I had to leave during the penguin aspect. I mean, I kind of kept coming down little by little and checking on
You don't like when the penguin bites the guy's nose. She hates that scene. So...
No, I'm learning to appreciate the original... you know, Batman movies more as I'm watching them, because
Oh, they're masterpieces.
originally I was like, these are so freaking weird. Like, you couldn't... It felt like they were like horror with humor, and they still feel like that today, but then you can kind of appreciate it a little more, like, oh, okay. But when I was little, it's like, oh, so terrifying.
Oh, and before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, how I play Assassin's Creed 2, very Batman-like. I love using rooftops to chase people because my idea is an assassin would, you know, try to be unseen because he's trying to do some shady stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this would stick out like a sore thumb.
A protector.
Yeah, I just opened the prison case, and the driver
Why is he
hasn't
not
noticed at all.
getting out?
I can't even get to him. I'm trying to get to him. Okay, that was weird.
Why is he not getting out? He's free.
He's tied up, it looks like. Or, I believe he said something's wrong with him. Ah!
Oh, like...
What in the... Okay, I just floated in.
Carrie.
You have more courage than Achilles himself.
Yeah.
Is
You
that her
released me
husband?
from daily beatings.
We should go, quickly.
The Vlachos broke my hip. Be careful, I pray you.
Oh.
Oh, they
Your wife
broke his
tells me to
hip.
get you out of Alexandria.
My wife, the dear woman, yes. There's a boat in port. Take me there. That Eudoros, what a detestable man. He couldn't forgive me for writing a better book. It was a book about the Nile, full of marvelous descriptions. I'm very good at descriptions, if I do say. That's why Eudoros stole so much of my book. His own writing is insipid. He knows nothing of the Nile River. Couldn't describe a hippopotamus if it bit him on the ass. The soldiers will certainly kill me if they find us. And what will become of my dear wife? She is the light of my life. She hated my book, though. Too many crocodiles, she says. Which is a fair criticism. Still, Eudoros has a lot to answer for.
He shall.
He's just listening so carefully. He's just like, this guy talks a lot.
I love how this guy is such a good
I
listener.
cannot believe they beat an old man. This new generation of Alexandrian poets seems to be of a new order.
They're called
They
hipsters.
certainly take risks.
This hipsters beat him
Give
up.
them my regards, will you?
And took his work.
It is ever harder to produce good works here.
Or would beatniks work because they beat him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, it's so terrible that somebody else pretended their work was his and then put him in jail, like pretended he was the one who copied them. It reminds me of things on YouTube that happen.
Yeah. Oh, I still remember that thing from... I think it was... I was live streaming that Mummy game and you were telling me about, like, the beauty vloggers that were having a feud because someone may or may not have stolen someone's thumbnail design.
Yeah, I was looking... I
like,
couldn't believe
what?
it because in the gaming community, people get into really crazy arguments. I mean, people steal each other's stuff all the time. So
Oh,
when
yeah.
people are in feuds, they're in major feuds or whatever. But I was looking at these beauty vloggers and I was looking at different people and they were making videos about a beauty vlogger feud that had been going on for a while. And I was like, well, what is this feud? Did they like swear at each other online? And it was like, oh no, it's a similar thumbnail design that they both used. And the thumbnail that one girl used was 6 years before the other girl used it. Like, I think it was just tremendous coincidence. And if not, if she used the idea, who cares? It wasn't like she used her face on the thumbnail. She was just like a picture-in-picture. Like, the thumbnail was just, look at my first... The thumbnail was exactly the same. It said, look at my first video. That was the thumbnail. So it was her picture looking at her picture from her first video. So it was the same thumbnail, but who cares? Like, that happens all the time in gaming. Like, people use each other's thumbnails. I mean, they probably shouldn't, but we've even been told by, certain people and, managers, networks and stuff, like, you should, you make your thumbnails look as similar to everyone else's as possible, and everyone gets told that, so that you can stay relevant. So, whatever.
What I want to know is, how in the world did the wife get all the way down here before me?
I know, right?
I'm supposed to be the lickety-split assassin.
She is feisty, I guess. She's very spry.
Over here! The boat is ready! We set sail as soon as you are aboard!
As soon as he's aboard, huh?
Thank the beneficent gods.
Okay, I just have to set him down to complete my objective. Alright, this might hurt a little bit. Here's some hip cracking sounds.
We must get out of this city.
How did he stand?
He said his hip is broken.
Those damned guards will find me. Egypt is no place for a philosopher. We made it!
My love! I'm so grateful that you're free.
You should leave. The Phylakitai will surely come after you.
I shall flee. My wife has booked us passage to Crete. It was always our plan to go there. Perhaps we will have a better life there.
May the gods look over you on your journey.
My beliefs on duty and honor are ambivalent, but I can see that you have done yours. If all of Egypt was filled with men of your virtue, life would be divine.
That's very nice.
That is such a nice compliment.
Except he can walk. He's the lying freak.
Bayek is such a nice guy.
Bayek he's pretty cool. I like him. And there's the wife. Alright, so you gonna pay me for saving your husband? Wait, that's not his wife.
I think his wife was on there.
Wait, his wife's on the boat?
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh!
She was waiting for you.
I thought she was the old lady over there.
No.
Oh, well, that makes things less difficult. Alright, so anyway, guys and gals, that does it for this episode of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yay.
Join us next time as we do some side quests. Until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!